All right. Hello, everybody, and good evening over there. It's very late night over here. We have Tom on the line. I'm here ready to give you guys a great webinar, a lot of content, a lot of training. Tom is going to go over a lot of his campaigns and the mentality, how to approach uh, t-shirt marketing in a way that actually made him over 1.8 million in t-shirt sales. We're going to go over a walkthrough on viral style, why the reasons why we're jumping over, why we have jumped chipped and actually left that entire Teespring platform. Not because we don't like them, not because we want to hate on them or anything. It's just because as sellers, we're always looking for the best platforms that give us the biggest profits, that make us the most amount of money, and that treats us the best as the sellers, who are the most important factors in the t-shirt platforms. Okay, so I want to do a quick sound check, guys. Hello again. Can you hear me okay? Type in yes, a big smiley if you're really excited about the training tonight, if you're excited about seeing those futures, and really just let me know how you're doing so far. I really want to know how you're feeling today, and really get you guys even more excited, so that at the end of the campaign you have learned something. That's the goal. I want you to guys to learn something, over deliver, and so that once we end this webinar, I want you to uh, sign off and know that you've learned a lot, that you are a better marketer, a better t-shirt marketer with what you've learned tonight. And hopefully you'll see the value as well in the viral style platform as one of the, right now, the leading platform in my opinion, and most of the big sellers who have already jumped ship over here. So Tom is was, as I said, just want to give him a little powerful introduction here. Tom was selling, and most of you might know him if you were inside the laboratory. You would see those huge screenshots, as I showed on the email I sent out. You would see those huge screenshots of huge campaigns. He was selling, like, I think over thousands and thousands in the same campaigns, and making more money than anybody in the lab. And I was like jealous and envious when I was starting out. I was, who is this guy? Like, that's making so much money with t-shirts. And and you guys, like, yeah, everybody would go nuts with that. So, and he was many times giving great tips in there as well. But at some point, um, Tom actually got a little bit how can I say this? He got a little bit pissed about all the money that he was leaving on the table, working with other platforms that weren't giving him the proper marketing weapons he needed in order to make even more money from the same traffic he was pushing to his t-shirt campaign. So he decided to actually create his own t-shirt platform that was called Viral Style, and he's been winning us all over, from Teespring, from all the other campaigns, over to Viral Style, by adding tons of value, by adding and giving us those resources and those tools we need in order to make our campaigns go through the roof. And instead of making $1,000 in one campaign, we can now make 1,500 on each campaign. When you add that all up, thanks to having the proper marketing weapons that make you the most amount of money from the traffic and from the ad budget we put into our campaigns, thanks to that, we've all jumped over now, and we're all making way more money than we were making with any other platform. So with no further ado, as I want you to meet the awesome and great blonde guy as myself. Yeah, we have today a blonde team duo here. This is Tom Bell, guys. Tom, this is all yours. We're gonna go into, first of all, we're gonna go through those case studies. I want you to learn that part which Tom actually prepared for today. And later on, I'm gonna be monitoring the questions right here. And if there is any questions you guys have on how he did this, any specifics you want to know about, put them into the questions box, and I'll stop him. I'll pause him in his rant, and we'll answer that question right away. And then we're going to go into a viral style walkthrough and why they won over, what those features are that make it stand out so much. And at the end, we'll do a Q&A so that you can ask questions about anything you've learned so far. We'll do, as we can, 1 hour. That's going to be kind of what we're aiming for. And with no further ado again, so let's get into this right away. Tom, all yours.
What's up, everybody? First of all, thank you, Damien. That was pretty cool. Never really had anybody just introduce me like that. I don't really feel like we were doing anything special. It was really just once we figured it out, it was repeating the process over and over again. And what I wanted to show with you, which we kind of had really short amount of time to put this together. I mean, within the last couple hours, we were just like throwing this together, thinking of ways to really just give examples of what our mentality was when we were going into it. What niches we were really going for, how we hit things first, how it was really important to be the first into specific niches, and then when you realize phrases, really just find scalable phrases, find scalable niches, things that you can do over and over and over again with changing very little things here and there to you don't have to spend as much time doing the research and
Tom, one little thing, can you accept, do you have your screen? Can you accept that? I sent it over to you so that we can see
Sure, there we
your
go.
screen. There
All
you
right.
go.
All right. So basically, like I said, I just want to go into this, the kind of the mentality that we had
Yes.
as a company. We really just, because we were growing so fast, we really needed to find ways to make money. And some of the things that we really caught on to, obviously sports was a big deal. A lot of the big sellers still do sports, but it has to be compliant. You can't do any copyright stuff. You have to find things that resonate with people. And you got to find stuff that makes them laugh. You got to find stuff that will, make them want to purchase. It's an impulse buy. T-shirts are an impulse buy. You got to find a way to get these people to shell out the $20 to $40 that they'll happily do if you find something that resonates with them. You hear it over and over again. So I just kind of went through some old campaigns. Our Teespring account's been banned, so we can't really go into specific numbers or anything like that. But I went
That
to old.
happens when you play with the other monster and you get them in competition, guys. That's what's happened
Right.
basically. So yeah.
So I don't really know why they never told me why, but hey, I can imagine. So
Yeah.
I went through some old ad accounts. I've had just like everybody else, I've had ad accounts banned for no reason. Tried to get them back with Facebook. So I kind of went through and found some quick examples of how our mentality was and how we found specific phrases that we were able to scale over 30 teams and then change it to another sport and just change the words a little bit. So for example, we've got probably a fan page for every single sports team on the planet. Just from running ads, we don't manage any of them. You just kind of create an ad. You need to create a Facebook fan page with it, and then we've got all these fan pages with thousands and thousands of fans just from running ads. Things have changed a little bit. This is when we used to do dark posts. We've really kind of switched our game into mainly PPE ads now. As I transitioned from Teespring into creating viral styles, where my main focus is now is just making the sickest system available, which I think we're
Pretty
light
good,
years
right?
ahead,
Yeah.
light years ahead of whatever our competition's doing right now. They're kind of taking what we're the precedent that we're setting and trying to keep up at this point. But basically, back then we were running dark posts, and we had very simple, compliant ads. We didn't say anything about the teams, maybe the fan page that we ran it off of, but didn't say anything about the teams. Same with the shirts. She loves big sacks. Sexual innuendos go very far with t-shirts. I don't know what it is, but guys and girls love them.
Twisted
So
minds in this society, man.
I'm telling you, man, I don't know why, but every time you think of a funny phrase, if it has anything to do with sex, people just eat it up. So basically, we would run these like She Loves Big Sacks and that Carolina D, or and we would be able to scale it across any football team, and then you could do it for any college football team, as long as you didn't say anything about the actual school, you didn't run any logos, you didn't have any kind of real trademark violations. It seemed to fly, and a lot of these were actually ran on Teespring back in the day. So an example of how we would just change a few words and run it in another sport. So Bruins. So she wants my stick and loves to puck. Just a play on words. Another sexual innuendo, and people ate it up, and we were able to run it to every single sports team. So I mean that's it's funny, but I mean we made a ton of money doing that, and it was really easy to target big, broad audiences, 1 million plus. You can run these for 2 or 3 times without really having to change anything. Before, it was a really kind of a pain when we used Teespring and we'd go through a portion of the audience and then have to restart at 0, and it would just kill conversions. We don't do that anymore with Viral Style. You can continue with the same amount sold. So if you have huge audiences like this, it will just continue on into the next campaign. Without having to turn off your ads. So that's a big selling point as well. Here's another example of a phrase that you can scale over as many interests as you can imagine. So I love my wife, but you have these little what would you say that, like
under
between the lines type of sayings where it looks like it says from far away, it just says I love my wife, and it says I love it when my wife lets me go fishing. And then you could go to golfing, and then we just blew that up over every interest that a guy could even think of. We were the first to do that, and we just blew those up. So it's all about catching a phrase that resonates, finding one niche to test it on, and if it works with that one niche, you have to have that mentality in the beginning that if it works for this one, boom, that's what we're focusing on today, is just hitting up every single niche and getting the ads out as quick as possible. Because, especially with Teespring, people would take your designs. You need to be out there first. If you have a winning phrase and somebody sees that ad, they're gonna fucking take it from you. Sorry for cussing, but they're gonna take it from you. It's just the name of the game. I know it sucks. It's happened to me 1,000 times. I can't even tell you. But that's just how it is. You have to have the system in place to be able to scale as many as you could. I had about 4 or 5 guys in my office at the time where I would just kind of come up. I was the idea guy, and they kind of had their whole system in place of creating the campaigns and then creating the ads and getting them running up in the same day whenever we would hit a big niche like that. And then we just run it as hard as we could, as long as we could, and then move on to the next one. And at our peak, we were probably doing 100, 200 campaigns a week. So if you kind of think about that, when you scale it to that many, obviously a large portion of those didn't work, but the ones that did made up for it, and you still made money on the small ones, but I mean, sometimes you lost, but it wasn't very big losses. So 90% of the time we were winning. And if we lost, it was just because we weren't paying attention to the ad spend. The ad spend, and there wasn't really very much tracking back then. So it's crazy to really think about, how far Facebook has come in just, being able to, even retargeting wasn't a thing back then. Like retargeting wasn't available back in February, March, April, May, when we were really doing big numbers. And especially on Teespring. So that, stuff like that, came later, and it would have totally changed our business even more if we had that option. So here's another one. So a guy and a girl version of scaling campaigns. You want to resonate with the guys. They only care about 2 things: beer and baseball. And then it would just be the city. That's very compliant. Doesn't go into doesn't talk about the exact team. You don't talk about the team name or anything like that. Very compliant. Same with girls. This girl loves big diamonds and cute butts in San Francisco. Like, total girl shirt. No guy's ever going to wear that. So, we're able to take these kinds of designs and scale them across every single team. That's just another example of how to take simple phrases, and all you have to do is change the colors and the name, and that's it. And you can run as many as possible.
Nice. So one question over here that I'm seeing is when you tell them, how are you coming up with these great phrases? Where do you find them? What do you do when you go over and you want to find these great scalable concepts that you can run into so many different niches? As I see most of my people, they know about from my training to go after scalable concepts. What I taught them is to go into Google and specifics and so on. But what did you have? Because you seem to run so many huge winners at that point when you were guys, and we'll go later on, guys, into how to do PPE ads, which most likely if you got the profits recipe, most of you should know that already. But I saw some of you asking what's a PPE ad, which is a little bit surprising, but I'll explain that in a bit. But this is as we can see this right now in front of you is a link page post that is a clicks to website ad. Okay, which is
Yes.
just they click on it, no matter where they click, they get straight to the sales page, which is great to just get the clicks. Right now, as of today, most marketers have transitioned since my training and Dawn's, and they've transitioned to PPE ads because it gets you way more virality, it gets you way more engagements, and in the end, the cost per click is way cheaper when you add up. But at the beginning, these are actually still working great, and there are marketers doing these still till today, and they work greatly. Just now, make sure you look at every single detail. Look at the ad copy is showing. Look at what he does when the fan pages. They call it something very specific and related to what they are running, right? Their occupation designs, as you can see, that like button that really stands out in Facebook. Most likely actually got you really good click rates. I can bet on that. And then you can see that call to action is so powerful. Click to claim a discount. Okay, so most likely, what were you doing there, right? Were you putting that $10 discount applied on the Teespring sales page or something?
Yeah, so another thing that's it's funny, like people steal designs, but people steal your little. We would make these little, $10 your discount has applied or whatever,
Yeah,
and you see them everywhere after that. Your gifts are taken, everything like that. So basically, we
everything.
would just we would just make these like simple like check mark $10 has been applied, so it just gave them a transition from the ad to the sales page, and you actually think that they got the $10 discount. And we had to change that here and there because Teespring, changed their views on a lot of stuff. And at the time, I think we were just running just that simple little picture saying $10. It has been applied. But it seemed to work really well. And honestly, a lot of this stuff kind of averages out. There was really not very much split testing going on at the time, but it seemed to work, so we ran with it. We just, ran as much money as we could at it.
Look and
So I
look
mean,
at yeah.
here's
Sorry.
another example though. Like we first found out about it when about getting in first. Facebook came out with occupation targeting,
Hmm.
and we realized, okay, there's something here. First thing we did, we found a phrase that worked. Found just try. I forget which one we tried first, but it did like 100% ROI over the first night. And then we found a list of occupations. I think there was like 2,000 occupations on this list, and that's all we did for the next week was hit this keep calm and let whoever handle it, and we just changed the name of the occupation. And we ran as many as we could as fast as we could, and we just started seeing other people starting to do it. So if you weren't first, you had to find something else to run, and it's just all about having a system in place for when you see these opportunities, you can just hit them as hard as you can, as fast as you can. So that's one of the things that's great about Viral Style is you'll be able to create sub-user IDs. You'll be able to have as many people as you want on your system. They won't be able to touch your money, but you'll be able to tell them what to do.
Hmm.
So
So
and they'll have their own
there
login.
was one thing I wanted to cover here, guys, is when Tom actually stopped using Teespring is because there were so many things lacking on Teespring that he couldn't that is just crucial as a marketer, that is looking at a big vision of scaling up fast, of really making a tons of profits and so on. And so those lacking features we'll show you later on how those were actually now implemented into ViralSell from a marketer's perspective, which is one of the things I liked so much is that one. So one thing that I liked so much is when, as a marketer, you want to you when you're running on when you're putting money into platforms or whatever, anything that you're marketing out there, if you're sending traffic with your own ad budget to sales pages and platforms that do not have a lot of marketing knowledge and haven't done it themselves first, you're going to be losing a lot of money on and losing and leaving a lot of money on the table. And that's one thing I liked a lot about ViralSell. It's being run by someone that has done this first. He's done it, he's been there, and now is focusing on creating the best platform for us. Okay, so I'll let you go. It's all yours, Tom. Just
Okay.
don't let me
Well,
rant too
so
much.
so on the other side of, being able to scale campaigns, there's that's probably where I made most of my money. So being able to scale campaigns that were proven, and the phrases can just be used over and over again. I'm sure there's stuff that we missed, that there's just so many different ways you can scale certain phrases, and there's perfect examples of that all over the place. You can probably think of a few as we sit here. But another thing that is really, I believe, is probably, these are my favorite ones because they're just the funnest to do, because they're current, they happen really quickly. If you see it happening, I mean, the trends are there, man. I mean, they peak really fast, and if you can get them out pretty quickly, you could really score big on these. So, for example, this one. I mean, I don't know if there's any football fans out there, but Antonio Brown in I think it was the first week of the NFL, ended up, trying to high step over this punter and just literally smashed him in the face, and it was hilarious. Okay, it was all over. It was all over all the sports blogs, everything like that. And I saw it happening. I was dying laughing. So I knew that there was something here. So within the day, I made sure. This is something that I'd never done before, as far as like the type of design it was. But I went on Fiverr and I was like, I just need this picture made into a silhouette. So I paid this guy like 10, 15 bucks on Fiverr to knock something out for me really quickly. He gave me the silhouette with the colors still involved. And I saw this video going around of them making fun of Antonio, the whole situation, and making it like the Karate Kid. I guess in the end of the movie, he does this crane kick and it looks just like this, and he kicks this kid and wins the tournament or whatever. And right before he kicks him, the guy's like, finish him. So I threw this little white splash in the background and put finish him on it and put it on the shirt and named it the crane kick. And within 5 days we had sold over 1,300 of them. It was just a huge trend, and it was really surprising because a lot of times these are hit and miss. There's plenty that I thought I had really funny phrases for, but the team wasn't as popular. Like Pittsburgh has a huge fan base, so like that alone probably was what drove this one. But it was funny. It was current. People were still talking about it, and I hit the ads like perfectly. So we made a pretty good. This is a pretty good hit, and I actually used this specific shirt as like a case study for Viral Style. So I kind of want to go through, how much money we made and where all of it went. So basically, I spent just over $5,000 on this one, including retargeting ads. We made just over 17,000 for just over 12,000 net. The most important part, though, is that out of the 1,224 actual orders, 97 of them were one-click upsells. So that means 12.6% of the buyers bought another shirt on the spot. Now, they could have bought another hoodie, or they could have bought a hoodie or a long sleeve or a female version or whatever, because with Viral Style you can upsell campaigns, so they'll be able to choose that. And that meant that we made an extra $1,516 for free, stuff that we would have lost on other platforms. And this kind of gave us a real idea of just how much money we were losing out on using other platforms. So, for example, if this is 12.6% more money, if I did that on my just let's say a 10% more on my bottom line on the other platform, like how much money that was. It's like $500,000. It's just out of control. So I mean, it was really really eye-opening. Another thing that we did, because we have coupon codes, I wanted split test regular retargeting versus coupon code retargeting. I don't know if everybody knows this, but one of the things you can do for retargeting is you can exclude people that see the thank you page. So you're only retargeting to people that saw your shirt but didn't buy. So you can send out an ad like what I have here that just tells them a coupon code for 25% off. Now, one of the interesting things that we saw is that, first of all, with the same number of views, it sold way better. I mean, as you can see, it sold twice as many. It converted about 3.7% better. But a more interesting stat is, even though those people clicked on that ad with the coupon code, only about half of the people actually used it. So not only did it convert better, but half of the actual sales were full sales. They weren't 25% off. So I thought that was really cool. That's really powerful. And with coupon codes, you can really there's a lot of flexibility with those things, man. You can retarget people. You can send it to old buyers to buy the same product. A whole bunch of different stuff. We'll get into that later. And this is getting a little bit more into the viral style stuff. But basically, with viral style, you can integrate the mail server. All your buyers will automatically go into a list of your choice. I just want to show that you guys can relaunch campaigns at the same amount sold. This one, I relaunched it. It sold about 128 without any, with barely any ad spend. We kind of toned it down after the trend ended, and it sold pretty good. Here's another trend that we hit. This is pretty recent for the World Series, and I actually included the ads on this one just because it was pretty cool to see. It's a good example of how trending things, people are emotional buyers. Okay, so if you see in the traffic at the bottom, the fact that the Giants went to the World Series was a huge emotional factor for these fans. So I launched this shirt a couple days prior to that. They were in the series. I forget who they were playing, but it was selling pretty good. It's a proven design. I've sold tons of these on other platforms before, and it immediately skyrocketed right when they got into the World Series. So you could see that happen in your ads. I didn't really spend any more money. The traffic just started to really pick up. It got really viral. And then after they went to the World Series, they tied it up. There wasn't really any like runaway series there. They were winning. It was like 3-2, and then the Royals tied them. They shut them out in the last game before the Game 7, and it was like the lowest amount of traffic that we had the entire time. And you could just tell that everybody was kind of like iffy about the Giants in general, and then sure enough, they ended up winning the World Series, and boom, peaks again. I didn't change anything. It's just crazy to watch that happen. I thought it was a really cool thing to show. So,
So guys, what we can take off from here, like first of all, and I wanted to get back to that later on because I don't want to cut you off, Tom, here. But
Sure.
The one thing I want you guys to notice is there are two types of campaigns that you can profit a lot from and without a lot of work. One of them is always make sure that once you have a scalable concept that you test out and it works, and you see it working with one or two or three niches, then scale out as much as you can. It's so effortless to do that because you can just scale it once into so many multiple niches and just make so much more money just easily with a simple, repeatable work. Okay, and the other one, on the other hand, is what Tom is showing you right here, is trending campaigns. Trending campaigns, you need to be a little bit more aware of what's going on, a little bit more aware of what's going on in the news, in let's say in those specific niches that you want to go. But you can also go under google.com/trends, and you see all those trends right there. You can also go in Google and type in trending viral YouTube videos, and you'll see websites that show you that specifically. So you can get those, and from there, if you have a creative mind, you can create those trending concepts, those trending designs that you can then run and see huge boosts like Tom was just showing you right now. Okay, so Tom, all yours again. Just wanted to point that out.
Well, I mean, so from here, I mean, obviously we're gonna have to go into actual viral style. I want to give these guys a walkthrough of,
Do that.
Just a walkthrough of the system, just kind of just see where we're at right now, and then we can go into it. Do you have some screenshots of what I sent you earlier, or do you want me to of the 2.0 or anything like that?
No, I don't have those yet.
Okay, well, I'll find that. But anyway, so basically, this is where we're at right now.
I'll get them right now while you're still talk. I'll get them up. Okay.
Okay, no problem. So basically, the way we have it set up now is you'll be able to come onto your dashboard. You'll be able to see your. This is first of all, this is one of my employees, test profiles that I'm just going to use it for showing purposes. But you'll be able to come on here. You'll see what your open campaigns are. You'll see your sales for the day, your total net profit for the day. You'll be able to filter that by day. You want to find out what you did yesterday, what you did for the week, for the month, and then you can do custom ranges. You can match that up with your ad spend. So you'll have access to see what your top sellers are actively, top sellers of all time, your new customers as they come in and their data, and see which of your campaigns is being viewed the most. I don't think I really need to go into the designers much. It's kind of basically what you're used to. More important stuff would be in your campaign dashboard. So this way we have campaigns set up right now, and be open campaigns, any saved campaigns. If you tip a campaign, which in viral style it's a little different, there is no print minimum. So basically you'll be able to come on here if you have like what we consider a failing campaign, you sell 1, 2, up to 10, you can still end that and make some of your money back. It won't be as much as 10, 20, 50, whatever, but we left the goals on for right now to allow people to, because there's still kind of a debate there whether there's a mentality of a buyer that sees 0 to 10 versus a goal of 300. And I've seen it work both ways. So we leave that up to the beta testers to decide. And I think that might change here shortly. We might get rid of goals altogether. But for now, that's what we have it set up. And if they tip, or if they even sell 1, as you can see, we sell 2 here. But you'll be able to sell 1 and it will still print. So when you go into the campaign dashboard, we have it laid out pretty good. Then you can come in here and open up the campaigns. And in the campaign dashboard, you'll be able to change the description, the title, anything like that. Change the end date. We have an auto drop feature. It's always on. And this is where you would choose your email marketing list from your mail server. So all you would do is when you integrate your mail server, you create a list on, I use MailChimp, so I'd create a list on MailChimp and I'd just refresh it here and be able to choose San Francisco Giants email list, and every time somebody bought a shirt, their email would automatically be transferred into that list.
Which is like, guys, can you actually understand how much of a power you have now, where you can just build a list, not give your list to the platform you're sending traffic to, but really build a list as you go at the same time. WizMarketers were always teaching you, like, first of all, build a list. You need to own those assets. You need to have those Facebook pages. You need to have those lists where you can remarket to these people over and over again when you have a new campaign. Secondly, you need, when you're sending traffic to a sales page, there needs to be one-click upsells. Because when, let's say this person buys a $20 shirt, and then when they end up when they buy that t-shirt or that hoodie or whatever, they leave the cart and that's it, and they're gone forever. If you don't have their list and there are no upsells, that's it, you can forget about it. Now you have the list, but at the same time you're going to be showing those people another offer right away for a little discount. That's going to add the $20 you get as a profit, might become $30 as a profit per customer. Okay, that converts with the upsell as well. Imagine just how much more actually profits you're going to make just with one click upsells and building a list that you can remarket to at the same time. Okay, now more and more. Okay.
So in the orders, we'll give you order details. If you ever have somebody that has a problem with, they want to find out where their shirt is, just ask them what their order number is. You can send that to us. We can search it pretty quickly. This is how you'll track your upsells, all these pluses. These are all upsells. So, I mean, if you can just go through here, you can see they work. I mean, there's just tons and tons of extra sales that are just coming in from people that have already bought one and decide to buy another one. I mean, it's just endless here. And then you can go into, more specific details if you want to find out, their mailing address and stuff like that. We're implementing a way that you can download this information via CSV file. So you'll be able to, do outside marketing to these guys if you wanted to as well. Really just kind of build an actual business out of this thing. There's a quick look of your customer data. If you don't have a supported email server from us, we've got MailChimp, GetResponse, Constant Contact, and Aweber right now. This is where you come and you can copy and paste these into your mail server.
You're working for SendReach as well, I think I heard at some point.
Yeah, there's a bunch that we want to get on board. We just got to make sure
somebody was asking about Infusionsoft as well and so on. I guess like those will come later on as there is a need and a demand for it as well.
Well, yeah, the more people that want them, the faster it'll get done, obviously.
Exactly.
So and this is another way that you can come in and see where the sales are coming in. Obviously, these are all California buyers, so you can, if it was a more of a broad niche, and you started to see a lot of sales coming in from a specific area, you can track a variable, go and narrow that ad down to that specific area, and run some traffic to that and see if that works better. It's really just about dialing in your ads.
Now, let me cut you just real quick again. So, Tom, there are some questions coming in at the same time. I'm noting them all down, but one that keeps coming in is, how's the printing done, and who's the supplier? And yeah, who is doing the printing? And that's one that I see the most. Who will produce t-shirt, supplier? Then there is another one, how are you getting the printing done, etc. So that's one thing that seems like it's concerning people.
We have a very large list now. We've been at this for about 2.5 months now. It's been a very top priority of ours. It's kind of, as far as like who's supplying and who's printing, that's proprietary information, but there's definitely more than enough room to grow here, and we're actually in the process of bringing everything in-house. We haven't made that announcement yet, but I guess since I'm on the call now,
nice.
We have found we have definitely brought a lot of. We just realized that nobody's going to care about our business as much as we are, so we want our hands on every piece. We want to be a part of quality control. We want to be able to see everything. And like I said, nobody will care as much as we do. So it's hard to, when you're working with tons of printers all over the country in some parts of the world, to be able to hold them accountable for stuff. So right now we have more than enough printers for any type of scaling that we want to do, but we are in the process of getting a large warehouse space and then starting to slowly scrape away all of the printing and everything. We're bringing all the fulfillment in-house, and yeah, so we're in the process of doing that right now. I don't want to get too much into it. We'll make an announcement about that in the near future.
Nice.
So for on the sales tab, you'll be able to come in here. You'll be able to see what's selling, what colors, what styles, what sizes. You'll be able to see all of that broken down for you live. This is a running total. The total net profit starts at the first sale and adjusts every 25 sales. There's none of this bonus bullshit that Teespring does, or it adds onto it at the end. You'll be able to see how much money is coming in at all times, and it will adjust automatically every 25 sales.
And in fact, guys, like there is something that he just mentioned there. When on Teespring, when you sell over a specific goal, they give you, I think, like 75% on top of that of what you sell on top of your goal. Here you get 100%. It's like it's what you're owed. That's what you sold. That's what you're owed. Okay, so it's like you're not gonna get cuts in there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, you'll be able to see everything coming in. You'll see what's selling the best. So if a certain color is selling the best, let's say you have 10, you're not selling a bunch of different styles, but you have a bunch of different colors. You'll be able to see what color's selling the best, and you can dial in an ad specifically for that color of shirt. Run ads directly to that. It's all about being able to dial in your ads as much as possible.
Yeah, and quickly have that overview of what is specifically converting, so that you know specifically about your audience, that what they're buying, understand them specifically, and then be able to really get the most out of that campaign. So cool, so really cool shit.
So as far as conversion tracking, I mean, obviously we have default tracking pixels for conversion tracking and retargeting. We support Google, Twitter, HasOffer, and iframe. So if you have a website and want to sell our shirts off of an iframe, you can track that as well. Same with custom audience retargeting pixels, Google, Twitter, AdRoll. Actually, AdRoll and Perfect Audience is not ready yet, so I don't want to say that, but we are on that. We already are doing Perfect Audience retargeting for the entire site for free, but we are working with Perfect Audience to allow you guys to do it on your own. So you'll be able to chase these guys all over the internet on your own.
Nice.
With us, we just kind of have a set amount, and we do it for everybody. But if you want to be able to scale it on your own, you can do that as well.
Now, in fact, Google and Twitter, guys, if you ever start diversifying into those traffic sources, which we are doing, and I'll probably teach you guys soon about that. I'll make a video on that. And but definitely retargeting on other platforms, diversifying your traffic sources so that you're not dependent only on Facebook is one thing that we've seen is so valuable. Like if we have campaigns that we're now starting to scale up into Google Display Network, and once we have a big campaign, Google Display Network has so much more traffic than Facebook. It's freaking insane how many sales you can get on one campaign that you would actually sell hundreds, and Facebook actually sells thousands on Google Display Network. So uh,
Wow.
invaluable,
Okay,
actually.
show me that one.
Yeah.
I haven't. I'll be honest with you, man. I haven't really branched out beyond Facebook.
No,
So
we're actually starting to study it and crack the system there, and I'll
cool.
definitely teach everybody else here.
Okay.
It's cool
So this is
stuff.
the way we have the upsells set up. Right now it's per campaign, so you come into the upsells tab, and all you have to do is come down here and you choose, you'd select a campaign, and then you choose how much the discount's going to be, and you save it. And that's just as easy as it gets. It will automatically do it every time somebody buys. It'll give them the option to buy another one. I always upsell the same campaign just because I haven't been running a ton of campaigns. I've just been busy on the business side of the business.
Yes.
Just upselling the same campaign, we're getting 10%, take rates on, across the board. And that's kind of what I'm seeing average for same design upsells, and that's kind of what all of our beta testers are seeing as well. But a lot of these guys are doing cross-selling with other designs that they have. If they have a wife design, they'll upsell a husband design, or vice versa. So there's ways to maximize this and get better upsell take rates, but like I said, I just don't have the time right now to really focus on that. So $5 discount is what I'm seeing works best for upsells, for t-shirts at least, and $10 if you're leading with a hoodie. We use kind of what we consider the right practices when it comes to URL building. We use UTM variables, and there's a ton of different ways to do this. A lot of the guys that work with us just use plain URLs and then use the UTM variable in the Facebook side, or you could build one right here, like if you want to do Facebook variable, and you just take this uh, and you create your ad with that.
And it
And then
tracks to the most minute detail, which is just freaking awesome. Like
so
that
let's go
part.
back to where that actually shows up. So if you go to your actual campaign, you can come here and check your stats, and you'll see exactly what's coming and which ad it's coming from, and then what your sales conversion is. See your
Okay,
visits, your sales, and your sales conversions.
nice, nice.
And then you can also do that. You can also filter this as well.
Good. So let me see some other questions, Tom. Here, the is the printing direct to garment or silk screened with actual separations? Is somebody actually asking here, Andre?
If it's under 10, it is direct to garment.
Okay,
Other than that, it's silk screened.
cool stuff. Okay, then support is handled, customer service is handled by Viral Style themselves, right? That's one.
Yes.
Cool. So that's another question there. You keep going. I'm kind of going through it. So guys, if you have any questions, type in QQQ and then your questions so I can get those right away. Um, no percent just today till the end of the year. Now, here's how much is okay. Shipping and to the shipping internationally and outside of US is something everybody is asking here as well. Are you guys working on that?
Shipping internationally, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's very competitive though. It's not, we don't tack anything on
Was
for
it
that.
like $7 or $8 around there? I don't know if
I
it
think
was.
it's closer to 10, I
Okay,
believe. Yeah.
good. Then is there a okay, yes, then can you give okay, what sizes do you go up to? It's three Teespring only goes up to 3XL. We need to go up to 5XL is what Derek
Well, right
says.
now we only go up to 3XL as well, and I'll tell you why. With silk screening, the they use one screen for the campaign. And this is something we're talking to our printers about a lot because we want to make it up to 5XL. But the reason being is if they only use one screen, let's say you sell 1,000 shirts, okay, and that's all ranges. Somebody buys a small and somebody buys a 3XL. Now, even just that alone, you have to print. You have to create one um, film that will fit on a small that will also fit on the 3XL. So it's very small on a 3XL. Now
Hmm.
we're working with our printers to make it so that we can scale those so that it will fit on a 4 and 5XL as well and not look like it's this some tiny little print on the shirt. So we've kind of held back from doing that because we're not seeing as many 3XL purchases as we are as normal, medium, large, extra larges. So that's something that we plan on doing in the future, but we need to make sure that the quality is there. We don't want to just sell these people, because another thing is even if we do open up to 4 and 5XL at the current system, we probably wouldn't sell that many of them. Probably like out of 1,000, maybe like 10 to 20. And is it worth it to purchase another screen to be able to print those on bigger sizes? So it's really kind of in between right now. We're still pretty early on. Like I said, we've only been doing this for about 3 months. We've blown up, really figuring out the best strategies when it comes to that stuff. But it's all being talked about.
So definitely one thing I wanted you guys to understand is from a business perspective, running this is way more difficult than we guys are just doing and selling t-shirts. They're happy and like running some ads, making some cash like that. It's really difficult stuff. But the upside on this is the mastermind, the Viral Style inner circle they have. It's like since I joined with my team, we joined the Viral Style platform. Since then, I've seen pretty much like over 50 or 30 to 50 updates already on little details that we were requesting have been updated so fast into the platform because the beta testers, let's say, or these um, us, the big sellers right there in that group, are actually requesting, which is one that you would get access to if you join Viral Style. Now, there is another question. for you, Tom, here. It says, do you have a consistent supply of colors? Teespring has been out of purple hoodies forever and has been a very limited color selection, particularly for women. That's what it's saying. So I can,
Yes,
yeah.
I mean, the thing is they've relied on one specific supplier,
Uh-huh.
and we have a multitude. So we always check, and it does update. The system automatically updates. We would take them off, but it would not change um, live campaigns. I guess that's one problem that we've heard over and over is that if Teespring runs out of a certain color when they take it off the system, it wipes it off of every campaign that has that color. But that's not how it works with us. So we will keep it updated, and we're actually in the process of creating an email sequence for you guys. So if anything happens like that, we would know.
Perfect. Now here says Andrew, actually great question here. It says, what's the delivery time and do they deliver when a campaign ends or does it dispatch after an order right away? Which is
It is after a campaign ends right now. We do plan on changing that. That's kind of the point of bringing it in house. With screen printing, the whole point of the crowdfunding is to make it cheaper. So when you do the crowdfunding, the more you sell, the cheaper it is. But when you hit a certain threshold, it really doesn't make sense to hold on to it. But the way that we have the system set up right now, that's how we have to do it. It's just that once the campaign ends, we charge everybody. Um, the printing time, we're usually out within a week. There are certain situations where it will last a little bit longer if we get a little backed up. It happens, but we get them to print within 3 days and usually out the door within 7 days. Hopefully within 2 weeks.
yeah, at some point you'll, I think, yeah, I got you one suggestion that I put myself in that group where it would be really cool that at the end of the week, whatever the sales batch is, it adds and goes straight into the production chain. And like that is those people are like instead of having every order dispatched, really like make it kind of a hybrid between the campaign model and the order to production straight away model where it would be really,
Right.
really cool. So probably
We,
that's
we
what
do believe there are more efficient ways of doing this,
uh-huh.
and that's kind of the point of the beta, man. We want everybody's opinion. We want to make sure that it runs smoothly. Everybody is like on board with what we're doing. We always have votes when we make big decisions, and that's all up for discussion.
Mhm.
So,
So, guys, you most of you know that I sent out these emails before, prior to this webinar, where I have this page where it's limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS, like VS from viral style, and you can go right straight there, and that's where you can get a list of all the features nailed, listed down. I'll get that page up later on, but just don't want you to go there until we finish this off and you can see all the features. I guess Thomas still has some stuff and I've been cutting him out right here. But then it's definitely when you go to limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS, right there, you're going to see a list of the features and the video that I set up, the video review. I don't know how many have seen it all, but you can apply right there to join Viral Style. We have it on a very exclusive deal right now. We're only accepting people that sell over 4 figures with t-shirts. But in fact, today I was talking to Tom, and because I got some emails about it, I wanted to offer an opportunity to those people that are not selling it. As long as you have a good ad budget that you can sell and you can test it out and make sure you send traffic and you make sales and so on, then you can get accepted as well. But there is an application form. You just fill it in, and Tom will personally follow up with you and actually ask you the specific questions, get to know you, and see if you're fit for that. That's why we're leaving it pretty exclusive, because we don't want the huge masses on there. We want just the big quality sellers that just like don't play around. Okay, that test this out to make it the best. And so far, with our help, with the people that we've been already on there, this has become, in my opinion, as I said, the best platform so far with all the features and everything that's growing so far. So, Tom, all yours still?
So let's just keep going down the list. I know
Yes.
people want to know how they're going to get paid.
Okay.
With our payouts, we offer
Mm.
two main ways to get paid out. Obviously, PayPal, we use MassPay. There will be no fees for you guys. We can usually get those out within 24 hours after. First of all, let me start
Hmm.
back.
Yeah.
After a campaign ends, there's a 72-hour waiting period. Now, let me explain why. There is anybody that's sold a bunch of shirts before has had sales drop when the campaign finally gets charged, and that's because people decline, people charge back, blah blah blah. We have set up a way, which is nobody else does this, is we send out an email sequence to these declines and chargebacks for them to update their credit card information and give them a chance to get involved with the purchase of the sometimes people just need to change their credit card. They still want their shirt, whatever. And we've been seeing it work very well in getting buyers back on board. I've had campaigns. I don't know about you, Dan, but I've had campaigns that drop by like 50 sometimes. They're just like, and with Teespring, they
Yeah,
go,
on
all right,
Teespring, I've had those many, many times. I'm like, okay, I have 120, I hit the goal, and at the end, and suddenly there's like 10 less, and I'm like, what the heck? And I was contacting my rep, like, what did you do to my sales? And I'm like, no, they were just like
exactly,
cancels and so on, and they wouldn't do anything about it. It's like, what can I?
exactly.
So it's
So we have that in place. So we do 72 hours, and we do that, and then we charge them 24 hours later. After 72 hours, your payouts will be solid. They won't change. You'll be able to pay out at that period of time. We do ACH direct deposits, and we also do PayPal. We use MassPay, so there's no fees there. Those are the two main ways to do it. And we also offer, if you want to donate it, you can do that as well. And if for whatever reason you're in the Stone Ages and you want a bank check, we can give you that too. And the next thing is the stores. I mean, I really, Damien, I don't know about you, but I really haven't seen anybody kind of
use it yet, right?
use the stores successfully. So we're in the process of redesigning that entire way of doing things. And we were running huge campaigns. We would create our own stores outside of Teespring, and we kind of modeled it after that. But with the campaign style selling, it doesn't seem to work very well. So we're in the process of
Yeah,
redoing
once
that.
it's
But if you guys
evergreen, then yes, so then it's perfect.
yes.
Yeah.
So we do have auto relaunch, which is kind of our version of Evergreen, but it's not perfect yet. But we do have the option to make stores. If you guys want to do that for your niches, we can do that, and they'll stay live. And if you want to relaunch shirts for like a sale, you can do that as well. The coupons, the way we
Nice. I
have our
love that.
coupons set up, you can go into and just create a coupon. All you have to do is say what the coupon code is, make a description for yourself, say how long it's going to last, if it's a percentage off or a money amount off, and then you go into, and it could be a site-wide coupon, or it could be a specific campaign coupon. So you can decide that on your own. And once you do
I
that,
think
it'll
it's so
pop up
funny.
there.
It's so funny how Teespring has copied the stores right after you, the coupons,
Yeah.
and then
It,
the and then the dashboard as well.
yeah.
They're already
And
following, so I think that's a good sign. So
it's a very good sign.
yeah.
They know who we are. They know we know what we're doing. I mean, we were the #2 affiliate of all time. I mean, we
Mm.
tried to talk to them and talk some sense into them at the time. And if they were too slow, so we had to do it ourselves. It's just the way it is. That's just the
Yeah.
way it is. I mean, there's nothing really more to say about that. So,
Yes.
our advertising section is not live yet. This is something that I haven't announced yet. Again, I don't know, I keep getting in this position, but basically, we are in the process of integrating with a very popular dynamic ad builder, and you will be able to create ads for your campaigns right here. You won't need Photoshop or anything like that to move buttons or put buy now buttons there or whatever.
Nice.
So I'm not gonna get too far into that, but that's
That's
coming pretty shortly. Um, the reports section is another thing that we're going to be integrating very soon. Um,
Hmm. Powerful
Like,
stuff,
yeah,
most likely, right?
it's basically just you won't really need to leave our site. You'll be able to see whatever's coming in, what's going out, and it'll be all live for you right there. So, sub user IDs. So let's say you're ready to build a team. You have to build a team if you really want to take this serious. You want to make money. You
Mhm.
want to have the free time. This is a full-time job,
Yeah.
run a t-shirt business. It is, and there's no doubt about that. So once you start to get some reliable designers, some people that you trust, you want to automate your business, put it on autopilot. You can create sub-user IDs. We have them for designers and admins. Basically, you just decide whatever email they want password. They'll be able to sign directly on the Viral Style. They'll just have a very minimalist version of this back office here.
Yeah,
There will be
guys,
no touching
did
anything.
I, because most of you study tea outsourcing recipe where I show you how to completely outsource this. This is completely necessary, and one of the videos I talk about how to protect your assets and so on. It's like my team, for example, I trust them, and I was giving them even access to the Teespring accounts and so on at that point. But this, I'm just like completely safe. I know they don't have access to the payouts, anything, and I can go on and do my things. Tomorrow there is a huge swell coming in, and that's why I'm really putting fitting in most of the things today in, because tomorrow I gotta go surfing, and my team will still keep on working on this. We'll still launch campaigns and still do great things and still make sales and so on. And you need this. You need to start outsourcing your business online. It's not like you're gonna be grinding forever and working your ass off daily just to make a few bucks, and then what is that money for? What does it mean to you if you can't even enjoy that time with your family or enjoy that time and what you want to do? So that's why you need to just wanted to emphasize, and guys, start focusing on outsourcing and really building that team. Get a VA, a designer, and maybe a project manager into your team, and and then you're set for life.
So, like, the last thing I really want to go into is kind of the settings. This is the first thing I have everybody do when they come on here. Just kind of set up their profile, get their email management in place, whatever they decide they want to get paid out by, whatever their default tracking retargeting pixels are. You would come into here. Your public name is actually a part of your URL
Mhm.
on Facebook, or I'm sorry, on Viral Style. So basically, the way it would be set up. Um, this is just kind of like a default one. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that much, but um, because I just have store 0. So it doesn't really uh, change conversions or anything like that. But if you want to make your own brand or something like
Yeah,
that, that's how you
exactly.
kind of start
That's
here.
what I wanted to mention. We have a name that we use on our brand. It's a generic Facebook page that we're building up as a tea shop, and that name, we just use that public name there on all those links as well. So it's always branding ourselves. So good there. Really good stuff.
So like I said before, we have 4 mail servers that we're integrated right now. These are just the ones that seem to be the most popular between in our beta testers. Aweber, Constant Contact, Get Response, Mailchimp. I recommend Mailchimp. It's what we use for everything. It's really easy. Single opt-ins are pretty easy with these guys. We have it all set up through our system, and all you need is the API key. You can set up a default mailing list. I don't know why this isn't set up yet, but basically you just come in here and decide what your mailing list is going to be if you don't choose one. So no matter what, um, if you don't have like a specific niche list for a shirt that you're running, the default list will already be there and collecting your buyer emails automatically. So you'll have a master list basically.
Mm.
Payment options, you come and fill this out. Just need your banking information. Shipping address is very important, but default tracking and retargeting pixels is where you'd add that. It automatically adds it to every campaign that you run. In the apps section, this is something that we're going to be moving forward towards very quickly. The whole goal of Viral Style is, we built this for marketers. We want you guys to interact with each other. We know that we can't control everything, and that's kind of the whole mentality here. Is although we can do a lot of great stuff, and we can create a lot of awesome stuff. Um, we know that you guys are capable of thinking of better stuff than us. So we are gonna open our API very soon to developers who who have ideas for products, for software, for things that they think that they could would benefit our users. I would obviously um, you know give reviews of these personally, and they'll be able to sell them inside of our marketplace. And that's another step that we're thinking for the stores. People will be able to create, a storefront templates and stuff like that with widgets and the whole nine when we start moving forward here and helping people create evergreen businesses. And there may be a point where we create a storefront where it's just powered by Viral Style. I know, Damien, you were really
Yeah,
pushing for
I
that
was
at
here
one time.
pushing that. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's so many options. Everything is up for discussion. We can pretty much do anything that we think would be beneficial for the entire site, and we listen to you guys. We value your business. We value your money. We understand the importance of having control over everything, that's just kind of how the mentality is of the business in general. And I think that Damien can speak
Yeah.
highly of that. So.
So, well, let me see. I'll get the screen over real quick, Tom, to show that 2.0 version. Do you want me to show that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay,
Actually,
yeah.
I forgot about we were going to do that.
Yes, I got it right here. Let me make my presenter. Show my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen most likely? Yes. Can you see it already, Tom?
I can see I'm not seeing your screen now. Now, here we go. Okay, so
No. Yeah.
guys, we're in the process of completely redesigning the whole back end. This
Look
was,
at this. This is
although it
awesome.
was kind of it's pretty cutting edge at the time. We realized it was kind of a little bit thrown together, and as we've added so many features, the usability of the site has gone down a little bit, which is not acceptable. So one of the things that we really wanted to focus on was usability of the site, and we also wanted to focus a lot on tracking and analytics. And are these screenshots? Are you able to scroll down?
Yes.
These are all mocked up right now, obviously, guys, but you'll be able to see this thing live, not in the very near future. We're almost done. We want to make sure that this whole thing is completely active by the
Look at
time you're
this
ready to get on
freaking.
board with this.
Look at this freaking stuff
So,
and
I
all
mean,
this
you're
data.
talking about the most in-depth tracking you could possibly want or need.
This is so
I'm
cool
so
right here, man.
excited to allow you guys to have
This is so freaking cool. Like how
just to
many
be able to
sales
see the
are?
whole funnel,
Yeah.
just how to see how the funnel, at one point, what you're converting at, and each part of your funnel, where in the world they're coming from. We'll be able to, uh, go that into. There's another tab for that for the United States. You'll see what heat maps are the United States,
Yeah.
which states they're going to come in. Total sales, what your revenue is. You'll be able to track your expenses as well. You'll be able to know all this information, be able to track your variables. Click of a button. I mean,
What is this
everything is
one?
going to be
The sales
super
heat
live.
map.
And
Yeah.
what's that?
That sales heat map
That's
right
that's
here.
during the week.
Nice.
During the
So
week, what
freaking awesome.
hours your peak hours are, how much sales are coming in at what time of the day, and you'll be able to really, really, really just zero in on every bit of tracking you could possibly want on our site, and it's all going to be a click of a button. This will be in every single campaign dashboard. This is just like the overall site analytics on each campaign. You'll be able to go through and do that same thing. We redesigned the designer. We're going to be adding a ton of products where we're integrating with a ton. One of the greatest things about this. We're able to integrate with outside vendors, so we don't have to do everything for you guys. We're working with a large sticker company where we can do crowdfunding on our site and then just send them the designs to crowdfund the stickers out for them. We'll there's about 3,000 products that we can offer, but we just need to know what you guys want first and in what order, and we can get it implemented. So I mean, there's a ton of stuff that's coming up. We're just getting started, man, and it's really exciting to see it all
It's
come
just
together.
the starting. Yeah, this is just starting. So it's and it's already freaking awesome. So imagine. So that's the cool thing. It's like you're working with us, you're definitely improving this, making it better, and it's not stopping. It's not like there's not gonna be it's not gonna be here and gone to no tomorrow. This is gonna be worked on and made like to the leader in this industry and in more. Like I don't know what the huge vision you have in your mind, but it's probably pretty big, right? So,
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we just want it to be a huge interactive, marketer platform. I mean, just there's so many things we can do with it, and
so
we barely touched the surface.
tell me more about that, your vision about what people to accept in, like really what do you want, what sellers do you want on? Are you going to be like an open, like Teespring, and why do you have a fee to join? Like explain, that's one question some people were asking here. Why?
Okay, so I mean, I really haven't had very much bad feedback about the fee. Basically, the fee was a skin in the game. I wanted people that understood what they were missing. Big sellers on Teespring or any of the other platforms knew that there was pieces of their business that were missing that, were essential to growth. I mean, buyers' emails in general, I just can't even imagine not having them now. I did 150,000 sales on Teespring and I got zero emails out of it. I
Yeah.
had to like create all my own little tricks to get people to opt into emails that, and there was just no interaction there. So the fee is a lifetime fee, and as you can see, we are changing the site all the time. We're adding stuff, we're creating new features all the time, and that costs money. The $1,500 to us really is a development fee. We don't pocket that. It's really to get on board. We know that you want in at the ground floor. You understand that this thing is going to be something way bigger than it already is, and you want to give us input, and you want all the features that we already have. It just costs money, and it also weeds out the people that aren't serious. So if you
Hmm.
pay me $1,500, I know that because I've talked to you personally, I don't just let people on for $1,500. I need to make sure it's a good fit. I'm not here to take people's money if they're not going to be successful and be bitter and out there talking crap about me. That's just not how we do business. So $1,500 will get you in and will lock you in for life. This will always be a paid platform. I'm not here to give this thing away for free. We put too much time and effort into it. It will be a monthly fee when we launch it public, and then any upgrades that we do will be more money. So we'll have a couple tiers of people to log in. And it makes it a lot easier because if you take serious people on, you don't have to worry as much about copyright stuff. You can be much more personal. That's just kind of the way I do business. So.
Hmm. So as you can see, guys, so when I was saying is all big sellers are over here, I wasn't joking. You see, Flavio is one of the biggest sellers on Teespring as well. Chris Dennert here. We have Keith Doherty, Ross Carroll, Chris Blair, myself, Nishant, Ryan McKinney. It's the serious people, the people that are making money. So there is a reason why we jumped over. We didn't just jump over because we love Tom Bellum because he looks awesome. Okay, so it's because we like and we have this platform. This platform is seriously better than anything else, and I'm looking daily at all the platforms coming out, and the only one I've paid for is this one, and I paid for it as well. Everybody right here paid for it. We didn't get invited because we have leverage in this industry. I could log into my PayPal and show that purchase that I did as well. I think of one month or 1 month and a half ago. So right here we can see all the big sellers are straight in here. Even I think Don was in here as well, but he's gone now from Facebook. But then Brandon Rath, as we have Charlie
Oh.
Kim, yes, Bobby, Edward, one of my best students, 100K students, then Hong Hong, 100K student, Nigel, good. Then we have again like Chris, a huge seller. And there you go. I just wanted to show you that. Inside here, you can ask all your suggestions, you can ask questions, you can give your feature requests, and they're always in here with Reggie, who is one of the of Tom's employees. Tom himself is always in here answering questions, as you can see right here, replying to feature requests. Here he is again, and he is busy as heck. He's working on this business, but he's still here in touch with us daily and asking for feedback, for so on. And that's the reason why a company works. They are grows as Viral Style. They're together. They are hand in hand working with us and making this platform the best platform ever. So I wanted to go through the questions a little bit more. Now, just before that, I put into the chat the link that goes, it's actually go/VS, but it redirects right over here. It redirects to this page. Here you can see my review on that if you haven't watched it yet. And when you click here, you're going to be redirected to an application form. Right here, put first name, last name, email address, Skype ID so that he can contact you personally. If you don't have a Skype ID, put your phone number in there. Then really reply to these questions honestly. It's important. You can fake them, but at some point we'll find out, and you'll have to be booted if that. So Tom is going to ask you a question. He's going to contact you, and after a while, once he goes through that list, I think you've gone through the first people already. Now the people that from tonight from this webinar are going to be probably contacted soon, most likely tomorrow, and then he'll ask you questions and see if you're a fit. Now it definitely is, as we said, it's exclusive. We don't want everybody. We want just those people that are serious. Either you're making more than 4 figures, or you are so serious you have an ad budget to test out and you're really motivated to get in. It definitely is not exclusive to just people making huge sales, but definitely we want to see commitment, we want to see seriousness, we want to see determination to make this happen and actually start and get in with us. Okay, so go to limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS and submit your application right there. And from there on, if you're accepted, then Tom will give you the option to pay your fee, and you're in for life. Lifetime updates, everything from there on will be, you're just locked in for life. And this is, we're going to go very far with this platform. I absolutely certain about that. So Tom, well, let's get into the Q&A, shall we? Like all the last questions here, and see what any other doubts and so on. Okay, so there is Chris says, since this is a newer site, what has been your biggest challenge or growing pain with Viral Style? I think it seems like a pretty good, interesting question to find out what is going on with the business, what it's been for you, the biggest growing pain.
What's been the biggest growing pain?
Yes.
Has been just finding reliable printers. We had a little, you know, for a little while there was a period of time where we had some problems, but we've kind of ironed that all out. And as we grow, we only find people that can grow with us. We go physically to these printers now to check out their operation, make sure that they're good. Like I said, we're in the process of bringing it all to Tampa. We found some large printers here that can handle all of our volume, and that are within a box truck away of our fulfillment office, our fulfillment warehouse, and we'll be able to touch every garment that goes through. Customer service, man, it's definitely another big thing that we have to grow it as quickly as we can because we're growing so fast. There's not many companies out there that can do what we have done in such a short amount of time.
How much was it? Like freaking crazy, man.
With that, I mean, there is a ton of things that you have to handle, but we've tripled our customer service, and we're growing that every day. Our office is tripled in numbers in the last month, and that continues to grow. So
So as you can see, talk about this part right here. Remember this case, what it was, right?
Yeah, so Chris Record called me out one time. He bought a shirt and he just posted it in the inner circle and it was just complete garbage.
Yeah,
So it was the first thing I woke up to in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh. So we had to figure out who did that, and I just went in on that printer, and he basically later on that same day sent me this picture, and he just wanted to let me know that, printing is, you know, for us marketers, it's one thing where we can put a design up and sell a bunch of shirts or whatever, and then it goes out the door, or we get our money and
that's
that's
it.
it.
We forget, right?
Printing is an art and it takes skill, and a lot of times now there's like automated machines and makes it a lot easier, but for the certain guys, they do it hand screen print and everything like that. So this specific guy wanted to let me know that and show me that he was taking it serious. He was spending his own money. He didn't send any of these shirts out. He was perfecting his craft, basically. And that was kind of a response that I had. I thought it was cool. I posted that in the group, and everybody loved it. So
Nice. So, yeah, I just wanted you guys to see honestly from Tom's perspective that they care, that they're putting their effort into this. So you want to see even the struggles. You want to see it's not like, oh, glad like they had to work with this guy. They had to go in and give him a little smack and see like what went on, and this is what happened. Then now it's all nice and going on well. Now, what about Instagram? I'm building a following on IG and I'd like to be able to market there as well. Okay, that's Instagram doesn't have an ads platform yet open, so at the point it does, we'll probably include the retargeting in there as well, most likely. Okay, so does people do people can people buy the second one and cancel the first one to have it cheaper? Okay, so that was something that happened in one of our accounts. There was one woman that went in, bought the upsell at cheaper, and then canceled the front end purchases. I think you guys are working on something to actually avoid that, right?
I'm sorry, I have to say that again. I was kind of distracted.
Yeah,
Say it again.
the upsell, because there are some people that there are some people. In fact, it happened to one of our campaigns. If you remember, this woman bought the upsells and then she canceled the front end purchases, right? So there is. I
Right.
guess you guys were working on something to avoid that because there is this question here that if people can cancel the first one to have it cheaper and just get this keep the
It's
second one.
funny. See, that's how you know you're in a group of marketers right
Yeah.
there, because that is something that we would never have thought of,
Yes.
until it happens,
Hmm.
And it was kind of one of those, I remember that situation. It was just like, wow, that's a really good idea for her to do that. But we do have any of those kind of stuff. Like we don't have anything in place for that until it actually happens, and we learn from it and we fix it. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Nice.
And
Exactly.
it's obviously not going to happen again because that was a pretty. I think what she's bought like 4 or 5,
Five in a row.
five, and then like canceled all the regular orders. It was, anyways.
Okay, so good. Now, how does the profit per garment compare and also shipping costs and shipping times? Okay, so base costs and so on, that we didn't touch upon. Definitely is something we should be looking um, to touch
Well,
that.
I can tell you one thing. We made a point to beat them on every single garment. So
Hmm. So be the cheapest so
let's just
far.
leave it. Let's just leave it at that.
So
We made sure that our calculations, we spent like entire nights over this, and we got our calculations down correctly, where we are beating them on every level. So
nice, exactly. So you get, just to recap again a little bit, you get buyer emails, you get one-click upsells, mail server integration, coupon and discount codes, sub-user IDs, relaunch with same amount sold. This is insanely powerful. How much you can how much your new relaunches convert just because they already have so many souls. Evergreen campaigns, they're adding that in with the automatic relaunch. It's almost like there is no, as I said, there is no print minimum. Therefore, you can just sell and keep on selling and selling. You always get the biggest profit you could ever get. Real-time sales breakdowns, lower base costs, as he just pointed out. CRM, the customer relationship management dashboard, which is pretty insane. Then right here, the social proof, as I said, retargeting on Twitter, deep link tracking, which is something no other platform has. There is some seller protection, which is like if there are unlawful C&Ds that are not really related, there is no real copyright infringement. It's not like Teespring, they just don't just pull it down without any reasons. Okay, they work with the person and with the seller to see what's going on. Now, because it's personal. This is not like there is this company and I'm selling and that's it. It's really we're on a very personal level. We are connected to the CEO of Viral Style here, which is Tom Bell, and all the workers. Reggie is in the is one of the main employees there, right? What is his function in the company of Reggie?
It's ever changing.
Hmm.
He's kind of just he was one of my team members when we were blowing T-shirts up, and
Uh-huh.
it's just kind of kept him on board. He's more of now kind of an account manager. He kind of oversees a lot of the stuff. He helps me out with some of the stuff that goes on in the inner circle, and
Cool.
it's very useful.
Nice. No, he's a really great guy.
He
In fact,
also he also handles a lot of yeah he also handles a lot of the legal stuff that comes in. He's in touch with our copyright attorney. We have a nationally recognized copyright attorney on our side that helps us with that kind of stuff. Like he said, none of this stuff we're not the end all be all decision maker of this stuff. Obviously, um, you know, obvious copyright infringement is
yeah.
taken down. But stuff that we don't see as as a real
Yeah,
copyright
if you're
infringement,
if
if it comes across the board, we will tell you guys first. We will bring it up. We will let you know. We will send you the C&D so you see it happening. You can make your own decisions, and you can fight it if you want to. So
hmm.
that's up to you. We never give your information up though, so that would never happen until it got to a certain point. But it would never get there because first of all, we would take it down, or number two, you guys would just you wouldn't fight it. So
Yeah, like it's just important to note it because last time I had one of the just last time I got a takedown notice on on one of my Teespring campaigns, which I wasn't even any running anymore on Teespring, but it was there. It was already an ended campaign. I still got the takedown notice, and it was a campaign that said join the shark site. Okay, it wasn't even using any logo. It was using a Darth Vader kind of helmet that we found out there that wasn't even the real one, and a shark that wasn't the shark from the San Jose Sharks, and it got taken down. And I'm like, why? Like, I'm not using anything. It's shark it's a non-copyrighted word. It's during the shark side, it's a play on those, and I wouldn't see the reason why that could be a copyright or trademark infringement, but it still got taken down just without any notice. So now did I miss where I can sign up? Frank, you're showing that it's right here, limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS. Then click on the button and submit your application right there. Would be cool if you can start an autoresponder sequence straight after the sale. Yes, you can install that. You can actually do that on your own autoresponder and set that up by yourself. That's why you have full control over the list and the buyers. Can Malaysians join this platform? Definitely. We have Hung Hong, who is a Vietnamese. As long as you as you're serious and you can commit and you can sell, great. Now, since your company and team originally started as t-shirt sellers yourself, how is our data protected? Great question, Chris.
yeah.
Tom, right?
As far as like T-shirt campaigns,
Yes,
not
I guess that's what he's
that's
saying.
I mean, so I don't see the point of taking your campaigns. It works. I want you guys to succeed.
Hmm.
As far as the data, we give it to you. We don't keep that.
Hmm.
So
good.
That's how it's protected. It's given to you. That's the whole point.
Yes, and definitely like on that end, you don't have Tom is not focused anymore on selling t-shirts. He did even that one case study just to show how the upsells work and to teach you something really cool tonight. But then he is there to help you if you need any coaching or you need any help with sales. And what he did or advice, it definitely is reachable, and you can ask it inside the group, and we'll all be there. And that's like you're freaking gonna be part of a group that is only uh, formed of the biggest sellers ever. So it's there is nothing gonna be left without an answer. So how do we join, Jack? As I already said, do you have a consistent supply of colors? We answered that question already. What's the delivery time? We answered that as well. Then will the margins on t-shirts be discussed as compared to other platforms? I think on the video here itself, I showed you a comparison on the base costs already, which I really showed up how you could make $1 or even 1.5. I think on hoodies it's a freaking insane spread, which is really awesome because we're selling a lot of hoodies, and every hoodie you sell on VirusStyle makes you so much more money than on any other one. So cost of shirt, shipping in the US, shipping in the US. What was the price of shipping in the US now, or something?
Uh, it's $4, like 385, I think.
Yes, okay. Nice. Then, what styles are available? You have long sleeve, you have printing on the back. Yes, you do have that. Great question, Francis, as well. You have long sleeve kit t-shirts. We have mugs. There are normal, relaxed t-shirts, hoodies. What else was there?
Uh,
I think the
like
woman
athletic
t-shirt, of
stuff,
course. Woman t-shirts.
V-necks,
V-necks as well on
just
women and yeah.
right, all the standard stuff that you're used to. We also included mugs and kids t-shirts, just so happen our competition did too. And then also in the very near future, we're planning on adding stickers. We're planning on adding phone cases, and we've been asked a ton of times for dog stuff. So that's one of the things we really want to focus on. And we were planning on bringing out flowy tanks, but I guess it's getting a little bit too late in the year to focus on that. We don't really need to get that out right now. But that's one of the things we want to include as well, and
You
a
can
few
send
others.
me
Just
one here over in the Canary Islands, my bro. Send me
oh yeah,
shipping.
yeah. Well, I'm in Florida, so it's not really gonna get that cold, but
Damn it, I
hey,
wanted to show off that I'm here in Canary Islands. Like, nice. Good. So then Dave
not
says
even.
payment methods for people in the UK. Yes,
Yeah.
so it's PayPal and the CC, of course, as normal. Then Brian, how to get your Facebook account back after it has been banned? Brian, I suggest
Oh,
you set up. I suggest you set up, and if you see my account right here, I go to business.facebook.com and set yourself up a business manager. From there on, you can then create your own ads accounts from in there. Okay, so Brian, go to business.facebook.com and follow the steps from there and create the business manager. If you have any questions, contact me straight away on Damien at limitlessmarketer.com. I'll help you out with that. Okay. Um, then yes, and that's for everybody. If your account has been banned or something, now Facebook is offering Business Manager, where you can set up new ads accounts as you please, and most likely you'll get approved right away. So you just have to attach one main Facebook page that you want to have as your Business Manager primary Facebook page, and good from there. Then Helen, yes, the primary products, as we already talked about. Then does VS have technical T-shirts, non-cotton material? Tom,
like um, sports
non-cotton,
t-shirts.
non-cotton,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yeah,
like sports types of shirts. Yes.
yes, okay, nice. Is there a charge to join? Yes, Cassandra, that's a lifetime fee of $1,500. It's really, that's why it's just for the people that are absolutely serious. They want to join this and join this group. And but yeah, it's the $1,500 you can make in your first campaign back just with the upsell sometimes if you have a good campaign, just with the money you're leaving on the table on others. So it's definitely an investment in this case. I want to make sure that you understand this is not just a purchase, this is like an investment because you're going to be using this for life. There's going to be so many updates, so many improvements, and with what you have so far, all these features that no other platform has can easily make you that very, very fast if you already know what to do. And that's why this is for people that really know what they do, or if they are absolutely so committed that you want to join this, you see that this is an opportunity in a lifetime and you're excited to get on this. So then we can accept you as well in there. Then can you talk more about finding quotes to use? Yes, so that part I touched on it, Tom, but I kind of we got distracted. Um, how did you like? I think we didn't even answer. Is where do you find? Where did you find these concepts? How did you come up with those awesome designs and design concepts, those scalable concepts?
Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of times it was my idea.
Hmm.
But a lot of times what I did is I went and searched Google. I just tried to find, I typed in, it's hard to remember exactly, but I would type in things that, because I always thought, hey, if I was a Teespring marketer outside of myself, what would I be looking at? So I always tried to find like phrases or ways to ask Google something that would still get me what I wanted, but wouldn't be the normal question. So I would be able to find different phrases, different kinds of, um, quotes or even poems or something like that, that would make it easy for me. And then the sexual stuff is just second nature.
That's that comes from the
I just thought
inside,
of funny
deep
phrases.
inside. Roses
That's a
are
part
red,
of
violets.
just being in a whole. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of it was, in the beginning was just me and a lot of my guy friends, and we're in office all day and we're just laughing our ass off about stupid things, and sometimes it worked.
So guys, here you can see easy San Jose Sharks quotes, for example. Roses are red, violets are blue. This is Sharks territory, so LA fuck. Yeah, good. So good stuff. I think I like this one, man. I like that a lot. So all I care about is San Jose hockey, and only like maybe three people. You see, you just find those easily, and then just scale up with those and go nuts. Like live every week like it's Shark Week. Yeah. Um, there you go. So this is what you do. It's a Google plus a Pinterest plus Facebook. You type in on just by itself on Facebook, you can go and find, for example, the niche that you want to go after and find right here, very simple. You go in something like pages named San Jose Sharks, okay? Just that example for just real quick. And from there, you can go then and find all those, and it's a little bit loading, a little bit slow because we're here on the webinar. But once you have, huh, okay, here. So once you find all these different, look at this, San Jose memes. Let's see, memes, I mean memes. If you doubted me, I proved you wrong. Let's see if you could run that something to somebody, to people that like that specific player. These are, these are take me. So these are these are kind of things that you could do. The same thing Tom did with his own with his finish him. You could use these kind of these kind of situations and events and use it on a t-shirt right there. So that's when you go to fan pages that are related to your niche, you can find viral posts and really highly engaged posts that have the most engagement, and those are the ones that you could easily use and put on a t-shirt. Okay, and just make sure you vectorize that the image or something just like Tom did, and put something that's not copyrighted or trademarked, and you'll have a great campaign. And now, what's the brand of shirt and hoodie? Tom, a question for you.
We used Gildan, Tagless, and there's a couple of ring spun for this premium.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So profit margin,
So
yeah,
that's those are mainly
yeah, shoot.
those are the main t-shirts.
Okay. Kieran, nice to have you over here. Says, do profit margins increase, decrease according to the size of goal you set? What profit margin can we expect per shirt across, say, 100 t-shirts? As
Um, it'd be hard to say without seeing the design, but the it updates in your net profit every 25 sales.
hmm.
So,
So Kieran, as we said, there is no really the goal option is most likely going to go away, or we're looking for a new option working together in with all the suggestions of all people of all the users, and but seems like because the more you sell, it doesn't matter what you if I put what we're doing on our side, we're doing a 10 goal campaign, a 10 sales goal campaign, and if we sell 100, it's as if we sold on a 100 goal campaign. So it just adjusts immediately to whatever you sell as if you placed that goal. It's not like on Teespring. Then 5-10% of my would this be on your own site URL? No, it's on Viral Style. I don't know like what you're referring to. It's a Viral Style URL, but yes, they actually as they mentioned earlier, I suggested many times something to put it on your own domain, like powered by Viral Style or something. And I'm pretty sure soon that will be done at some point if there are more requests for that and it's a viable option and so on. So just try it and it says sorry still. Yeah, so Jared says I just tried to join VirusStyle. It says sorry still in beta. That's exactly why. You gotta go to limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS and submit your application through here and we can and then Tom will get back to you. John asks, can we add additional things to the page to increase conversion, like modify? I think he refers to freedom of modifications on the specific sales page.
not at the moment.
Mhm.
That may be something that we offer down the line where you can, well, when we offer API integration and you'll be able to do your own split testing the sales page. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, we optimize our site to make sure that it converts the best. But down the line, if we offer that, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't give that as an option. So.
Nice, that's cool. So John says, will you consider offering shirts for young children? Yes, that's already being offered, kids shirts, or even toddlers at a later date. Good one, definitely good question, John. Um, so toddlers, Tom,
Oh yeah, I mean, Tyler's already on there.
are already on there.
Yeah, we have kids versions.
Kids version, but then
Oh, you're talking?
toddlers.
Are you talking about like onesies and stuff?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, we can, of course.
Uh,
Nobody's really asked for them. If somebody really wanted that, and it was kind of like a voted thing, definitely.
Oh, and guys, I forgot to mention, like, if once you apply, there is always a full 30 days money back guarantee if you don't like it. It's definitely Tom and the team is so confident you'll love this, so it's definitely it's there, okay? So in case you apply, you pay, and you don't like, which I highly doubt, but it's definitely there. So then Ed asked if there is a monthly subscription option instead of 1500 one time. So far, I think not, right, Tom? Until you open it up for monthly.
No, not at the moment.
Okay. So joining the platform, we added to the mastermind automatically, Helen. Yes, you'll be added right away after buying and securing your spot. Then Jared, same thing. How often are payments made when you request them? Actually, when you request a payout, as Tom said, there is like 1 to 2 days. What? How much is it when
Uh,
the
after
you
you after requested, it'll be 24 hours.
okay, 24 hours, and then before the payment is available for you to request, it's when the campaign ends. There is how many days? 2 or 3? It was to get back those.
Seven, 72 hours to rerun credit cards.
Okay, to rerun credit cards, and then it's available for you to request a payout. Then, what body styles do you offer besides basic men's, women's, the tee and hoodies? Yes, we already said long sleeve, V-neck, woman V-neck, men. There is what else? Basic men's, women tees, hoodies, the kids t-shirt, mugs, as we said, and so on. So, how do the base costs compare with Teespring, and how many colors can you add before costs rise? Show ones. Tom, I'll give you the screen over again. Like, show ones that when you go to the designer, how many freaking colors you guys have, which is gonna kind of blow them away. Accept the screen, and then you have it. Yes. So,
Should be on the right. You see it?
yes.
Okay, so
So look at all the colors that you guys have option. Look, it's even gradients of different greens and different stuff and so on. It's
any
like,
color you can, basically any color that they offer.
yeah, it's like yeah, the first time when I got on BioStyle, I was like, wow, like all these different gradients of blue, of green, of orange, and so on. It's like you really can find the one that fits your best for everything from every campaign you want. If it's you need to run one specifically that needs that color, you'll have it right there. There is no shortage as you might know from those other platforms we shouldn't be mentioning. So here we did already freaking many times, but it's like
I know.
now I'm getting like and like the Dumbledore, no, the Harry Potter type of stuff. So what was the address again? You go to limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS. I put it into the chat box again. Go here. Boom. Right there, you guys have it. Then, what is the color limit for designs? Very great question, Cassandra. We forgot about that one. What's the color limit?
It's 20 different variations, or if it's on a single campaign, 10.
10? No, like okay,
One.
color. I think she means color of the design, or like. But that is another question, which is good. So 20 on different. How much did you say?
Uh, if you're in an entire campaign, you have 20 different variations, or on a single shirt or hoodie, you have 10 different color variations.
Yes, 20. Okay,
And then as far as different colors of shirts, I'm not sure. There's a lot.
good. So you can like your design can have as many colors of like
Well, okay, I see what she's asking on the actual design, not the
hmm,
t-shirt. Okay, so the t-shirt of the design, I think we take up to 10. I'd have to double check that, but I mean, obviously, I don't see anybody running a 10 color campaigns would be expensive. And then I do know that we, in the near future, plan to offer a DTG option. So instead of, you can choose in the beginning whether it goes straight direct to garment or a screen printed. So if you have a really, really detailed design that needs to be direct to garment, you can choose that option.
oh, that's freaking awesome, man. That's now so nice stuff, really good stuff. Now, Pat Smith asks Viral Style's average percentage of cart failures because lately it's been running 10 to 15% failures on Teespring, which is very high and which you don't find until a campaign ends. Had one last week that fell from 30 to 18 sales after it tipped. So, yeah, that's, I'm
Well,
sorry, but
I mean, I don't know what the average is, but that's the whole point of being able to rerun the declines.
hmm which is to get you guys get back a ton of them we've seen. So it's
Right.
so what are sub users on the vertical nav bar? Francis, we touched on that. It's sub users is when you want to add your VA or your designer, you have specific access roles. So the for a sub admin, you can get your VA as a sub admin where they can't get to the payout, right? What's the limitations they have on those two roles?
Um, the limitation on what? I'm sorry.
On the sub
Like,
roles, on sub users.
they'll okay. So for designers, they'll only be able to use the designer, and if you have an admin, they'll be able to do everything but payout.
Nice. Perfect. So if we purchase one of your, they can see the payouts, but they can't request payouts, right?
That's correct. That's
Exactly.
correct.
So if we purchase one of your programs, we'll be able to sell on VS. Yes, Netfile. Does it cost anything to join? Yes, we talked. It's 1,500 for your lifetime membership on Viral Style Forever. So you get an account for lifetime with all the updates, access to the mastermind. You get access to full features and future features as well. And as we said, it's a fee in order to filter out the people that are not serious and to really make sure that you feel committed to what you're getting because this is not available anywhere else. So yes. Is made Dave, 72 hours. So yes, we said 72 hours because they have to rerun the declined cards, even because that's very important for you to not lose out on those sales. So it's now, still do? When will it be launched officially? Is somebody's asking here.
There's no date,
No
place.
date yet. Right when it's like ready, okay, and we're still like making this, polishing the, making it the best. So definitely you're gonna be helping to make this the best ever, which is already at for in as I said in my opinion. But if we can make it even way better and get far more ahead of everybody else. So right here. So now for me is one more. So. Uh, do. Your training is great and the platform is feature rich for nice. So thank you, Dave, on that. Now, can you show us some viral style sales page examples? Yes, let's do that.
Are you on my screen still?
No, yes, it's still on your screen there.
Okay. So just for example, oh, actually these are dead. So let's go to a live one. Well, not a great example. So this is the sales page.
Yeah, so you get the description, same on. You have, oh, it's an add to cart, which is proven that that is by Perry Belcher, one of the greatest marketers out there. Add to cart is the button that he uses in every sales page. So it's the one that converts the best. When they add to cart, you can see it adds to cart right away. They can then select either to pay using credit card or PayPal. The countdown is live there. It's counting down, which is very powerful as well. Now, are you ever going to have other products than just shirts? We did already talk about that, Michael. You guys have to pay attention. There are a lot of more. Uh, so the coupon per garment or per order? Tom, great question on here.
It's
Coupon
per order,
per order.
I
Nice.
believe. I believe, yes.
Yeah. Um,
That's a good
yeah.
question. Is the
Yeah.
coupon code per garment or per order? Per order, yeah.
Nice. Okay. So then Kimberly says, yes, there is a replay for this. I'll put it up for you guys then. Do you have legal department for trademarks? Yes. Sales over the goal.
We have a legal department.
Yes. Now then, Pat says the 100% payout on sales over the goal. Yes, that we mentioned as well. Uh, shoot. Can we hide our campaigns from Google, stop people finding them, etc.? That is something we actually went on and looked for ourselves, and we typed in site colon viralstyle.com, and there were no campaigns we could ever find on Google. Like you can probably confirm this, but what you guys are doing to actually hide them. But if you go on Google and type in site viralstyle.com, we didn't
Yeah,
find.
we made a point that there's literally no way to find it, and there's no sites built to search our site either yet. So I say that yet, but there's tons of sites out there to search our Teespring or any of those other sites.
So you definitely you have an option to, like, under the settings, was it, to to really make sure that your sites, your campaigns are not found anywhere, right? Can you show where that
Correct.
was again? Because I didn't even.
Oh yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
settings. And Damien, not to cut you off, brother, but I got about 10 minutes left here.
Okay, no, perfect. There are not many more questions here, so we'll get right through there. Yes, you can
So
hide.
I'll
You
show you
can.
the profile right here, account privacy.
Hmm. Nice. Perfect. Can you guys come to include target audience for your campaigns? Walks them updating. Yes, nice. Will do. Can you use stores for campaigning multiple teas in one campaign? You use the stores and you add all your campaigns in there, the ones that are related. You can create multiple stores, as many as you want, depending on what concept you're scaling up on, and etc. And then you can send traffic. Let's say you do those age campaigns, which are not allowed anymore on Facebook. But let's say you create a store with all those age campaigns, and then you run traffic straight to the store with the full age campaigns, really making sure you tell people, hey, do you want your age on this t-shirt? Go here and select yours and purchase yours. And you send them straight to the store. They have all the options right there. Now, what is the URL for the sign up? It's already, I can change it any time. Yes, you can change the public name at any time. Will you be offering products like Cafe Press? Yes, that is something they said they're going to put in phone cases and other type of products out there, stickers. Boom. Good. What more? An exit. Yes. Is there a way to incorporate an exit pop for users who land but don't buy? Maybe they can add their email to get a 20% discount. That's a great feature, actually.
Oh,
Chase told you already about that one, and guys, you're already working on it, right?
yeah, we have some plans for, dead sale pages and all that stuff where you guys will be able to do some lead capture. So there's stuff in place already being developed for that. So.
Nice.
The only thing we have to worry about that is Facebook doesn't like exit pops, so we have to put it in a way that um, would be compliant. So.
Yes. So, limited term. Good. Where can I find details on the associated codes? Good. Nothing there. Put the link. It's already in there. Mm, okay. Thanks. Any more? Thierry, if you're already on the list, you'll be contacted soon. Okay. So probably Tom hasn't gotten to you yet. Now, I wasn't this song. Okay. Yes. Okay. Same question here. Filled out the application. Had Skype chat with Tom yesterday. Do I need to fill out again? Rosley, if you had a Skype chat with Tom already, I guess you reached a conclusion or you were making a decision. So let him know. It's TB. Let me your email, right? It's tb@viralstyle.com. Um,
Yes.
Tom, it's like Tom Bell, tb@viralstyle. Nope, still.com, guys, and that we wrap up this in a bit. Zero here, that's already there. Good. I don't see many more questions that are unique right here. So I guess I just want to give you the opportunity to just put your last two questions we'll answer right now, and then we'll finish off this webinar and call it a day. Hope you got great value on here. The last two questions, QQQ, put the questions in there, and we'll answer them right away, and then we'll call it a day. Now, yes, the Jeff, would there be? Soon after the campaign. That's already answered. Would there be? When is the API going to be available? And will there be an ongoing monthly fee for people that get in now? Or if in now, you're good for life. You're good for life, Jimmy, once you get in now. And the API, Tom, when is that going to be released?
Um, don't have an exact date, but we're basically taking people that are proven, and people that are part of our beta. They're going to tell us whether or not they want to access the API. We just need to know what you need from us and what you plan on doing with it, and we can make it happen. We've
Okay.
already started integrating a couple other systems. So.
Now, guys, if there are any questions that we didn't answer, go there on limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS. There is a Facebook comment chat right here. You can paste them in there, and I'll get, if I don't know the answer myself, I'll go and ask Tom specifically, and I'll give you the answer right here. So, again, go to limitlessmarketer.com/go/VS, submit your application, wait for the contact from Tom, and you'll then get on from there with Tom, and you'll have that conversation and see if you're a fit. I will definitely look forward to having you on board if you are a fit, if you're definitely committed, or either you are making a lot of sales or you're committed and have a good ad budget to start testing and you're committed to making it happen. You get the training from Tom, you'll get access to the entire inner circle, full features, lifetime for $1,500. But first, before that, before we're talking about payment, you have to submit your application to see if it actually is for you and if you're fit for a viral style and so on. So thank you very, very much for being today here, for actually being with us for the entire 2 hours we've been on here with these many, many questions. I see you guys are really excited about this. I hope you got value with the training. I hope you are excited about this. And in the name of Tom and myself, I'm going to call this a day and wish you a great rest of the day over there. So have a great one. Tom, anything you want to say? And we'll call it right away.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for showing up, and just give me an email, fill out the information. I'll get in touch with you personally. We'll talk about whether this will be a good fit, and hope to talk to you all.
Hi, bye-bye, guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night. Cheers.